That's my buddy Cole in the background there. Shout out to Cole. Check out his YouTube channel, Flatlander. We got 5-6 days ahead of us trying to find areas that are shallow enough to wade through, because it is deep, but we are in some good territory here, seeing a lot of sign of pig, and so we're just trying to get to the main river where we can set up camp. Just look at that, folks. It is swampy and boggy. Look at all those cypress knees. This one's a long trek from there all the way over to higher ground over here. It's challenging would be the word. Oh, is it pretty deep there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We might have to sling them up over the head. We also have Gabe and Maddie over there joining us for this trip. Going through this kind of stuff that's going to get us to the good spots where no one tends to want to go. Chances are there'll be more wildlife in those areas, but the maps that I've used has not shown half of these little creeks, these branches that come off the main river. So it's kind of like we're sort of running blind here to try and head in the direction of the main lake, and when we get there we'll be good, but it's not making it easy for us to get there. So that's definitely a old derelict hog trap. So this right here is definitely made to trap hogs, and you can see that there probably were some trapped that got pretty angry with the fence right there. It's pretty interesting that someone lugged this lumber and these materials out here.
Oh, well, that, I guarantee you they pulled up in a
boat
and came and built it.
Which means we're pretty close to the lake. Look at that. That is fresh pig poop. Look at this. That's what you think when you think about Florida swamp. Look at that. Cypress trees, big cypress knees, stagnant marshy water. Beautiful. Okay, so what we were looking for was the river. And there we go. Fairly substantial river. And I'm hoping we will have some good fish inside of the river. Probably get to some fishing today at some point. Look at this sweet little salamander. Look at this little guy. Beautiful colors. There he goes. That's so cool. I've never seen a salamander this color before. So many cool reptiles in this area. Alright, trying to find worms once again for fishing, and I'm just digging in a log over here and finding a whole bunch of little creepy crawlies. Got a little woodworm over here, right there, and they all seem to be just underneath this bark. Oh, see, I just pulled that piece up. There's another one. There's a ton of them right here, so we're gonna have some good fishing bait. Fish love these things. Nothing too big, but I've got, what have I got there, like 6 or 7. And then there's also like a little palmetto beetle in there, so that's a good start. There we go, first fish of the day, a decent one for me. Cole's got one and I've got one, so that's 2, so we're already going to be eating pretty good today. So let's see how many more we can get. So there we go, opened up, and you can see the liver right there and the stomach right here. The stomach makes really good bait. So from now on we can use the stomach instead of the worms. Pull the gills out and then give him a good scale, and then he'll be ready for dinner. Oh, finally the sun's out a little bit, and it is just so peaceful here by the river. Getting a couple of fish for dinner, so we eat pretty good, and there is a lot of pig sign in the area, so definitely an evening pig hunt in order for today. But this is such a beautiful location. Really, really is. Got a little saw palmetto over here. Gonna chop off the top and then chop off the base, try and chop it off over there and see if we can extract the heart out of this plant for some food. So look at this. That's just come out of the ground now, and just like an onion, gonna peel off all of these layers, these fronds, and we'll hopefully get down into the heart where we'll get some food out of this thing.
Want to use a splitter on this?
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
This is probably, you just got to test it out, because sometimes at the ends you can actually eat the, there's not much on there. We're still a little far on the outside, so we'll peel that off. And how you'll know is that it's not that edible is it'll be bitter. If it's very bitter, then there's a little bit on the base of that one. So I think one more layer and you're probably going to be, there we go. I don't want to waste any. See that right there? Take that piece that's about to fall off. That's food right there. And that is the goodness right there. Yummy. I'm going to let you eat that.
Thank you.
A little bit of soil on it, but that never hurt nobody. Alright, I'm going to make some natural char. Typically people will use char cloth, but as you can see here we've got a whole bunch of punky wood, very, very soft, rotten basically, and we're going to use that to make some natural char to create fire with. The thing about this is that you need fire in order to create char, but it's like a second fire mentality. So once you get one fire going, you can then make many more fires from making char off that fire. You'll need a steel container for this process. I've even used a stainless steel water bottle. The container cannot be completely sealed as it has to allow the gases to come out from the charring process. Oh, no, you got it. There we go. Look at that. Natural char, one little spark, and that there will keep burning and smoldering until all the fuel runs out. So you've got plenty of time. Just turn it all upside down onto the tinder bundle. Yeah. Now fold the tinder bundle over it like kind of like a book. So open it a little more. Yep. And there we go. And start blowing like you mean it. Good job. Nice. Put on the ground and now start gently sprinkling some of the kindling on top. You want to be pretty quick because the tinder is not going to last forever. Sun is setting over there through the trees, and it is now time to go attempt to hunt a pig again. Very exciting because there's been lots of sign in the area. So let's go and see what we can find. We're gonna follow the edge of the river, headed in that direction, and hopefully we'll be able to hear them or see them before they see us. So that's the plan. Look at this. Standing on the edge of a tree trunk. That's the inside. All hollowed out. This thing is huge. And there's that whole limb right there too. All open. All the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. We just found the swampy area here. It's a pool, a stagnant pool, and it is just unbelievably beautiful. There's a whole bunch of baby gators. Look, there's the movement right there on the surface. There it goes. One of them. There's at least 4 baby gators. There couldn't be more than like 8 inches long. Mama's could be around somewhere. Haven't seen her. She could be submerged, yeah. But really awesome to see those babies. It's a perfect pool for them to be sheltered and protected until they get older. So you see the little dugout hole in the side of the tree right there. That's woodpeckers trying to get at those wood-burring worms, the woodworms, like we're using as bait. And they'll dig right in there looking for those worms. You'll see that all over the place here in all sorts of trees. Them just trying to get those worms. Imagine you hitting your head against a tree all day trying to feed yourself. Yep, be interesting. Trying to navigate in any specific direction here is absolutely impossible. Look at the surroundings right here. We have that little spit of land there. Everything else all surrounding us. It's just swamp. Swamp, swamp, swamp.
Swamp.
Look at that. Big creek, deep creek right there. It goes all the way around. And that back at the spit over there. Well, no luck, unfortunately. Tomorrow is another day. It's a little bit disappointing not finding any sign of pig, but it is what it is. That's hunting. So we'll give it another go tomorrow and call it a night. Morning. So I'm gonna get a fire going. I'm going to use the fat wood in these conditions. It's the best thing they have to get a fire going, but I'm also going to make a feather stick as basically as kindling, so that once my my fat wood is ignited, I'll then put the feather stick in there to help grow the fire, and then gets a whole bunch of small kindling on top of that. So see how there's one little shaving right there. Okay, so you do very thin shavings like that as long as you can from the inside part of the wood out to the edge, and you kind of stop at the edge and you sort of fold it up. There's a lot of different woods that'll work, but the key thing really is just to try it. If they feather, then great. If they don't, look for something else. There's a feather stick. It's not the best one that I have made, but I'm trying to work with the wood that I got, so I'm going to get a fire going and show you how we use this guy. Everything is very wet. Alright, all packed up and gonna head out. This area, I was hoping for us to be here a couple days, but a little bit disappointing that we've seen a lot of pig sign, but no sound, no sight of pigs. And we're kind of locked in here with different creeks and canals in here, so we don't actually have that much land that we can cover to look for pigs. So all that being said, we're going to head out and try to find a different location and just keep moving until we can find some pig movement.